is La Sportiva, and the claim is innovation with passion. La Sportiva is definitely a true mountain company. We live in between the mountains. We are getting inspired constantly, daily, by the mountains, by the rocks that surrounding us, and by the Dolomites who gave the born to La Sportiva in the 1920s. La Sportiva was founded in 1928 by Narciso Della Dio, the grandfather of the actual owner, Lorenzo Della Dio, and he's focusing especially on climbing and mountaineering shoes produced here in Ziano di Fiemme in Italy, where La Sportiva was born. We produce here the 50% of our core production, that it's basically by climbing and mountaineering shoes, and then of course we also have other production in China and Romania for mountain running shoes and hiking shoes. But the core business is here in the Dolomites, in between the mountains, where we love to produce our products. We started to produce climbing shoes, especially in the early 70s, and with the climbing shoes, La Sportiva became really too well known outside also our Italian borders, like in Japan, in China, and US as well. The very big news of climbing was practically invented here in the Dolomites by La Sportiva. In the early 80s, the climbing market exploded, and we were really recognizable for our bright colors and really innovative model. La Sportiva is, since the very beginning, all about passion and innovation, and you can recognize it from every single product, basically. Also for mountain running, that it's a really important category right now in our collection. We started it in the early 2000s. We were one of the very first company putting our know-how coming from mountaineering and climbing shoes, also in running shoes. So we started producing it, conceived it here in Italy, and then of course we went to China, where there is the know-how to produce it, producing and put on the market. Right now La Sportiva, it's growing really fast, and with a double-digit growing per year, and our markets are worldwide markets like US, UK, Japan, as I said before, and also Spain, France. We are really strong on this market. Our market position is very strong, especially in climbing, where we have a really high market share, and also mountain running. It's now one of our main category, in which we are investing a lot, putting a lot of effort. Like you can see here on my right, there is the latest model called Unica that will be produced in Europe. So it will be a mountain running shoes for the first time produced in Europe. I think we are one of the really first brand to do it, and it means that we are really putting a lot of innovation and efforts to produce something new, something no other brands have on the market. In the mountain running collection, we put all our know-how that come from mountaineering shoes and climbing shoes. For example, all the protections, all the grippy features that it's fundamental for running shoes. It came from the development of 90 years history of mountaineering and climbing shoe production. We are one of the fewest brands that comes from the mountain and goes to running. There are a lot of other brands that comes from the streets, that comes from completely another environment and know-how. We are one of the first really true to the mountains, and that's why we also called the collection mountain running collection, not just trail running. We are pure mountain running. In our factory right now works more than 180 people. Everything is done by hand, and there are more than 35 people that works on that touch actually every single product before the end of the production. Everything is very handmade and with a lot of attention on the quality. Every worker have the right time to work on every single half pair, let's say, and they put a lot of passion on it, and it's a passion that comes from the mountain that are surrounding us. The factory, the La Sportiva factory, remains here because it's 100% owned by the Ladio family, and it's really true to the valley and through the territory. Of course, it's also a reason of keeping our industrial secret, our know-how here in between the mountains, from which we are inspired every day, and it's also because we really want to give back to our community and to give play a good place for work to our community here in Trentino. Another reason to remain here true to our roots and in between the mountains, it's because here we can really test the products on fields. People from R&D department, but as well from production or as well from the marketing office, they can wear the products they produce, they work for, and go out and test it on the ground. They can bring back feedbacks to the R&D department, and they can also get inspired by athletes that pass here and try the products, go out on the mountains, and give us back feedbacks to bring to the R&D department. So it's really key